Okay, the National Economic Council at our last meeting had already taken position on the state police, and out of the 36 states, we have all signed, including the FCT, for the creation of state police. But you know it will be taken to National Assembly for legislation. I believe that state police is necessary because the landmass of the country, the population of the country, you can't micromanage management of security. You have to decentralize security arrangement so that our comparative advantages can have a space in the system. So, Senator Ndume, of course, my very good friend. You see, we can no longer address the problems of the country in piecemeal. This is why there is no place called Nigeria. Listen to me, the name of this country is not Nigeria. The name is Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's a federal republic. Nigeria is a federation. And because it's a federation, if we look at the operations of the country, we know that part of the problems we have had all this while is tribal and religious, ethnic and religious sentiments. A few days ago, I was in Kaduna with my governors to see the former president, Muhammad Buhari. And I tried my best to distinguish his style of governance and the style of governance of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. President Buhari came for 8 years, followed that status quo of using known names, known measures, known methods to rule Nigeria. At the end of the 4 years he left, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came with a different style of governance, very bold, reform-driven, courageous. And we have seen the difference. Even though that any government that embarks on reform, at the beginning of it, there will be agitation, complaints here and there. But we find out that under Tinubu, in 2020, my federal allocation was below 5 billion in Imo State. But now the least we get is 12 to 13 billion because things like subsidy for petroleum products has been removed, the money saved. All those wastages and leakages blocked. We have access to more revenue. The challenge now is how will the subsidiary leadership use this money? I'm able to do Owerri-Mbise Road, 89 billion naira without borrowing money. It's because of increased allocation. I have embarked on Akokwa-Mgbe to Oga Road, erosion control, very close to 150 billion without borrowing from anybody, from any bank. We did Olu Road, we did Okiwe Road. This is able to happen because we are now making more revenue. And we must speak to it. So Nigeria can no longer afford, it can never see an American anywhere in the world tell you that my tribe is Little Rock, Arkansas. Clinton finished as governor 2 times. Governor of Little Rock, Arkansas. Came to New York, the wife became a senator. So the country is one. We are looking for a merit-driven government. Governance that will be performance-based. Our people are interested in result. If you take somebody who read history and make him managing director of a Nigerian Ports Authority, and he's not making money, why not take somebody who is a marine engineer, who understands the administration of ports, even if he's from the same mother with me, and to be able to make more money and use that more money to develop Nigeria? The dividends of democracy should be fertilized to the extent that the product will be enough to satisfy the yearnings and the appetite of our people. It is not about where you come from. We are Nigerians. We have laws too. So every man to his own style, every man to his own target and vision. So I'm not actually willing to delve into the nitty-gritty of tribal sentiments and the religious egoism and all that. But what I think that is proper here is to create access. Because Senator Ndume is an APC senator. President Bola Tinubu, APC president. APC as a party has internal mechanism for contributing ideas to leadership and also for resolving grievances and conflicts internally. So I will not dance in this open market to two people. Thank you.
Excellency, apart from depending on federal allocation, I want you to shed light on what you are doing to expand the revenues.
Thank you for reminding me that when I came in 2020, let me tell you one by one. 2020, our internally generated revenue in Imo State was less than 400 million naira. Monthly. Less than 400 million naira monthly. As I speak to you, we are very close to 4 billion. I installed a land administration system. I automated all the processes for collection of taxes and royalties. We have minimized to the barest minimum leakages. I stopped the idea of hiring consultants to collect government revenues. We have a single treasury account system. So everything is automation, both the formal revenue and the informal revenue. And we are still counting. I'm almost confident that by the end of this year, we will be close to 5 billion a month. And that is very clear, and no wonder the World Bank, under the SafeTax program, gave us a special award for all the reforms. I took 18 bills to the House of Assembly, all revenue bills. Last month, I offloaded those whose revenue income are below 100,000 from our tax net. I told them not to be paying tax anymore. I do a woman frying akara who at the end of the month may not make up to 100,000. Why are we flogging her to pay tax? So that population, as part of my stimulus package to stimulate the economy, we've been offloaded from the tax net. So we are intentional about our programs to boost and create a good economy. Second one, please.
So, could you also shed light on how you are implementing this local government autonomy? And the last one. You have started, you are there saying you have started campaigning for Tinubu second term, but some people are using.
Sorry? Speak out now, or you're not confident to tell me what you want to say. Let me see.
My very assistance in resistant activity and the coalition is building up. It will appear as if you have started campaign for Tinubu second term. Are you not threatened by that coalition?
In democracy. The second question was what? Local government. Okay. Okay. Of course, you know, all this while we came because of insecurity, the so-called insecurity, and what happened in Imo State, all of you know about that. We operated the caretaker committee, but it got to a point it became necessary that we must now democratize local government. And we conducted a very transparent and very one of the freest local government elections. We have councillors and everything. So the local government system is running already on its own. We don't have problems with our local government authority in terms of revenue, in terms of administration, in terms of anything. The only thing which I've even let go is that because we automated our payroll system, the local government, primary health care staffs, some local government are not solvent enough to fund primary health centers and local teachers by the mega size of money they receive, according to the indices of the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. So what we are doing now is to intervene from the state. So I'm very comfortable. The local government, if it's working well, and those mandated to manage local government are doing well, it means the state is doing well. Because there is no state without local government. If we are better at home at the local government, then we are better at the state level. And like manner, if every state in the country we are good, federal government is also very, very good. So we don't have any issue with local government autonomy, and but in fact, as a matter of fact, the word autonomy is strange, because neither federal government can work without state government, nor state government work without local government. Most of the functions and activities of these three tiers of government run in pari passu. They're interwoven. Even though we respect without every sense of sincerity the doctrine of separation of power. At the local government, you have a legislative council. At the state, you have a House of Assembly. Federal government, you have National Assembly. And the Constitution is very clear where our responsibilities to come from, whose role it is to do what, and whose role it is not to do that what. Very, very clear. And all of us swore to an oath to defend this holy book called the Constitution. And that is what we are doing. So we should also support the local government to succeed, as much as expecting federal government to support the state to also succeed. Because at the end of the day, it is the welfare and the happiness of our people that is important and that should be paramount. So that, for me, is something that is a good development, and I encourage all my colleagues, and from what I know, we're already doing that. You know. So the coalition, the meaning of democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And the meaning of politics is some will agree and some will not agree. So what is coalition? What is coalition? We are practicing partisan democracy. We are not practicing coalition democracy. Partisan democracy means you have to belong to a political party before you can contest the election. When you think that your party is no longer alive, you are looking for who will bring oxygen. You have to come out from the ICU before you can now do something. You know? So it is not something. They don't change a winning team. I started by saying that. Yeah. You have seen where we made Nigeria. You have seen where we are going to, where we are now. We know where we are going to. At the end of the day, Nigerians will judge. But it's still a long time now. We have for more than 2 years as a government. If you want to go into struggling how you win the next election, Nigerians gave you opportunity to rule for 4 years. You are barely 2 years into. You are not even up to 2 years. You are start thinking of how you win another election. That would be total distraction. But I know that this government is focused. APC is also focused. And our eyes are open. We will not